two awesome products from Ultimea that we're looking at today that we tested and really quite liked.
This video is sponsored, but you will be listening to and looking at real samples so you can judge these for yourself.
So we'll start with the Poseidon E100 and after that cover the 7.1.4 surround system called the Skywave X70.
Spoiler alert, his home is a movie theater now.
Hells yeah.
That's so awesome, yeah.
All right, starting off with the projector, the Poseidon E100. I mean, design-wise, it's got this solid build and design. This is massive block that just sits on the table, you know, none of that plastic.
Not that massive.
It's not that massive, but it's something that you just put down and you forget, and it fits the interior as well in my house, so I like it. There's also two 10-watt built-in speakers, and they can pack a punch on its own.
Yeah.
But of course, the whole experience is complete when you get the full surround system. But anyway, if you want to know how the speakers that are built in sound, here are some samples.
I like that it has an IP5X design. I haven't seen that IP rating before.
Yep.
And that makes sense. You're not taking these next to a pool or whatever, but what is likely to affect them is dust. So
Hell
you have
yeah.
that dust protection.
Yes.
You know how it is with a cat in the house and all this other thing. One downside is there's no tilt built in. So you can't tilt it. What you did is you just place something underneath it to tilt it back up.
Yeah.
Also possible.
And when you do that, then, you know, you need to be able to adjust the vertical tilt as well, and there is a setting inside to do that, which is nice, which we'll talk about in a little bit as well. It comes equipped with Google TV, so you got all the goodness that you've come to expect from Google TV, right? All of your apps that you can install on there, and the whole experience was smooth and responsive, right? You're flicking through the menus, you're searching, all of that works. Voice through the remote also works.
So what it seems like to me is like when we tested at your place, that Google TV is built on top of something, right?
Correct.
You go into Google TV, but you can get out of it.
Yeah.
And you can go to like this initial area, which has a file manager and it has, you know, some other things, a presentation mode, a PowerPoint presentation mode.
Correct, yeah.
So this is more than just a TV, but if you want just the TV aspect, it's fine.
Correct. And for the file explorer, because if you can also plug in USBs and then, you know, play files off of that, whether that be video, audio, whatever it is, or PowerPoints. So yeah, all of that is there. But in terms of the setup, it's just super easy. You just unbox this thing and then you just plug it into power and fire it up, connect to Wi-Fi, and then just walk through the process. So that's no different to any other Google TV experience. But what's nice about this projector specifically is that there's an Ethernet port at the back of the projector. So if you have shoddy Wi-Fi or whatever, or you just prefer to have a solid, you know, internet connection, you can do that. But personally, I had no issues with my Wi-Fi. I mean, I have a gigabit connection with repeaters everywhere, so it's all good.
Oh,
you look like why?
Hold on. And because you have a wireless connection you can show off, you can also connect it wirelessly. In many ways, you have good old Miracast, which has been taken over by a lot of proprietary protocols like AirPlay, like Google Cast, and all of these are available to cast your stuff wirelessly onto.
Correct, yeah.
What about the physical holes?
Yeah, it's not only the wireless connections, you've got indeed physical connections as well. Like I said, there's a LAN port. There's also an HDMI cable, so in case you want to hook this up to, I don't know, Nintendo Switch or whatever, you can, or your laptop.
There's a power, there's a SPDIF for high quality audio.
Yeah.
Always appreciated on this channel. 2 USB ports and an auxiliary in port.
Yeah. Like I said, there is a remote that you get with this. Works well. There are a couple of handy buttons that I personally like. One of them is a projector settings quick access button. You don't have to go through the settings and then find the projector like you do on some of them. You can just head into there and then change the brightness and all of that. And there's also a focus adjustment.
I have not seen that before.
No.
It was so handy.
Yes, it is very handy. Yeah. But there's a couple of things, and I was waiting if I needed to talk about this later or now, but what I'm really excited about, or was excited to see on this projector, is that when you change the vertical tilt and the zoom of this projector and you've adjusted the focus, it remembers all of this. So when you power it off and you power it back on,
it just seems like something that...
It should be basic, right?
Right.
Which is not the case.
Really?
I've gone through a lot of projectors where after setting it up, and because my wall is not entirely, let's say, flat and I don't use a screen, I need to adjust that every time I watch.
Jeez,
of course, I
okay.
don't have the TV on like constantly throughout the day, but
Yeah.
you know, there's that. Just and a couple of nitpicks on the remote is that it's not backlit. So if it is, you know, you are enjoying that movie experience and it's very dark, it's a little bit hard to see what the buttons are. 2 AAA batteries go into it. Make sure you have those at home because they don't include them. Performance-wise, the image quality is nice and bright because
Jeez.
we're talking about an 1800 ISO lumen, huh? So this is not a weak sauce light source that's built into this projector, and you can really tell the difference. I mean, here's a comparison shot of a mid-range like the JMGO N1S Nano, and you can really notice the difference between the two.
Yeah. And what I noticed is like even in terms of practical use, right? Like you can go from high to standard to eco in terms of brightness management, you know, for daytime, nighttime, whatever.
Yeah.
But like we usually close all the curtains in your room to test the projectors, right?
Yes.
So far.
Yeah.
This one we left it open accidentally and turned it on and you're like, hey,
I
can actually watch this.
Yeah.
So 1800 really means
It does, yeah.
Yeah, quite a lot. Yeah.
But that also means that at night, and depends on, you know, how you prefer your screen lights to be. I don't like to blast the brightness into
Obviously.
my face at night, right? So that's what I do on my phone or laptop. I turn down the brightness, and here I just put it into eco mode, and it's pleasant to watch in the
that's
evening.
nice.
And then the high mode is great for daytime viewing. So yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. In terms of some specs, which we get out of the way,
Yep.
native Full HD 1080p, also supports 4K content, but it's natively 1080p.
Yep.
You get a 20-inch to 300-inch screen, which, yeah, I would say you have it at much more than 50 because I have a 55-inch TV and yours is much bigger. Yeah, in that sense, it looked pretty sharp as well.
Correct.
And you mentioned about the thing that it remembers the settings. That's amazing.
I really like that, yeah.
Some additional things it has is active 3D. So it has support for 3D if you're still, for some reason, watching 3D. HDR10, HLG, and generally 6 specs, which you can see on screen here.
Yeah. So that was the Projector, the Poseidon E100. But, you know, paired with their speaker set, which is the Skywave X70, I think, yeah, you really bring out the cinema experience because it's got Dolby Atmos 7.1.4 channel surround sound.
Yeah. And when we got them out of the box, there were a lot of pieces we put together, right?
And I was like, oh no, so many pieces. But not so hard to set up because the soundboard came in 3 parts and putting that together was very easy. You just align them up, you click them into place and then twist. And they lock in, and then you've got your soundbar set up. And all of the speakers have not only forward, but also upward firing speakers.
Which you need for Dolby, so that's the vertical sound that you're getting.
Correct, yeah. And yeah, I mean, once this was set up, I was pretty pumped to watch June, because they do support Dolby Atmos on
Prime.
On Prime, it was, And so, yeah, I mean, it's a proper cinema experience.
You watched it?
I was halfway through.
So jealous.
So, yeah. I mean, compared to the 2.1 I had before this, like...
It's like,
it's
different.
It's a whole different experience, yeah.
And the subwoofer also adds to that experience, right? Like it's got a 10-inch subwoofer, which is proper subwoofer.
It's a chunker.
Yeah. I mean, it goes down to 20 hertz is what they're saying, which is quite low. So you can really feel the dune worm or whatever, going through the sand. Maybe it's a spoiler for you. I've not finished the movie.
No. This is the second or third time I'm watching it.
Okay, all right, that's all right. And it's got a linear excursion driver, so it's got about 17 millimeters of travel on either way. That is what excursion means. In case you're wondering, it's a funny sounding term, but it's basically how far the driver's cone can travel. And 17 millimeters is a lot, so it can really move some air. Yeah. So the bass is going to be.
Yeah, I think the majority of because the box, all these speakers came in was huge, but a majority of that was the subwoofer because it is packing some power.
Punch.
Yeah.
So you heard us talking about the sound. Why don't you listen to the sound yourselves? We recorded some samples using some high quality binaural microphones. So take a listen, enjoy.
And you also get an app on this, so you can control things like the EQ. There's a 10-man EQ that you can customize, and you can also pick out of 121 preset sound profiles. So using this like Bang & Olufsen style puck to adjust that. Yeah. But what's nice is how you connect these speakers. Now, once we've taken these out of the box, they all just had their own power cables. You just plug them in, place them in position, because you had two single speakers in the back, you had that soundbar in the front, and then the subwoofer. They all came with their own power cable. And what's nice is that the power cable, the power connector, is right angled. So it's going to be very easy to plug it into the bottom of the speaker, and it runs back this way very easily. And then we thought we'd have to like do some crazy pairing process, but no, because they're all pre-paired at the factory. So you just plug in,
power on, plug and play.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah. Very nicely done. So setup was super easy. You're getting a GaN amplifier, which is GaN, if you know the chargers, the gallium nitride, they're much smaller than the regular silicon. So you're getting like 980 watts of peak power, which is like, basically he's charging tickets to enter his home at this point, because it's like a proper movie theater.
Yeah.
But the buttons on the remote also let you do a bunch of stuff, right? It has this upmix button to spatialize normal content. So it kind of simulates normal spatial audio. But it's got the bass, plus, minus. It's got a ton of options directly on the remote, which I really appreciate.
Correct, yeah. And so wireless was the one way I connected it, because that I prefer. I don't want to run cables through my house. But if you want to, you can, right? There's that optical connection. There's also an HDMI port, but also an eARC HDMI port. So if you want to connect this to your TV, you can. And then the audio will be piped in through the speakers. All right, pricing wise, the speakers come in at 600 euros, whereas the projector is 850 euros. So together, I've got my new setup at home. This is a pretty solid experience, and I'm happy with it, especially because I can do daytime viewing now. It's remembering settings. The whole cinema experience is there with the speakers.
It's a real upgrade for you.
It's a real upgrade, yeah.
Not for neighbors, maybe.
Yeah, oh yeah. Got to think about neighbors. Who thinks about neighbors? Anyway, huge thanks to Ultimea for sending out this products and sponsoring this video. And a big thanks to all of you guys, our YouTube members and patrons on this tested tier.
And our beautiful Fachmann tier supporters, Croxland, Rachel, Razpanda, and Paula. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support us.
Yeah. If you guys want to see our playlist of other projectors that we've reviewed on the channel, click on this video playlist.
And if you want to check out our second channel, DHRME Live, click on this round thing. Do it.